Yeah, I can get it. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Lisa.
I came here actually for a different reason, was financing, but I am particularly a fan of the IB program. We don't, hold that against me. What I came up here to clarify was the IB program has nothing to do with being Catholic. And I know you didn't mean that, but that's the way it came out. The IB program is leadership skills. Now, we all know there's 50 different ways of teaching it, but the kids today have to learn a different set of skills than we did. The 21st century skills are leadership skills, and I am thrilled that somebody is teaching my children that. Now, you might say I should teach it at home, but it doesn't always happen, There are certain things. When my daughter comes home and says, hey, I'm learning to be a risk taker, I say, are you serious? But she's learning those things at the second grade level. Now, that's really important. Now, the reason I came up here is the IB program that you were referring to is the K-12 IB program. And the IB program at the high school level is different than what we have at Indian Trail. It progresses as it gets through, and it is amazing. It's truly amazing. At the high school level, Stow has advanced placement. IB is a notch above, and people don't have that because it's hard. It's too stressful. The teachers who teach, it's really it's a notch above. And yes, indeed, if you have IB everything, you're going to graduate with it as a sophomore. So I wanted to clarify that. The IB that you're hearing about is absolutely true. What has started at Indian Trail and Echo Hills in the perfect world is going to progress. And it changes shape as you go up. And it eventually ends up at the high school level where your students or your children become leaders. Not just the minority, the majority that follow this big path. They become leaders. And I'm very happy as a parent that the teachers at Indian Trail are willing to go through this because even though they did eat good in Florida, it takes a lot of their outside time to learn how to do this stuff. They don't want to. It's an additional thing on their docket. They're already stressed about the testing. But they do. They work hard and they're trying to implement this stuff.
do not understand where that money comes from, how it gets spent, what it's used for. It's part of our budget. Maybe not into the budget somewhere, but we spend it.
Yes, I thank you. I think that's a good, something that we can address, and I put on my notes, and I'm sure this is open. We'll address to it. Thanks, Janice.
I have been going to these meetings longer than I want to admit it. And never have I seen discussion. We are the community. And if you really consider the consequences of doing that, you might not have said what you did.
Janice, if I could answer you on that, probably the last 5 or 6 meetings that we've had.
I've been
Okay, and we have tried unsuccessfully, maybe we should have hired Lisa to come and talk for us. We have tried unsuccessfully to answer all these questions, and then when we come to the next meeting, and the same questions were asked again, and then asked again. We had this put into the Stow Century a year ago. I think it was prior to Indian Trail, or right about the time it was being placed in the Indian Trail. We had it also on Stow Patch that people could, but we were accused of not getting the information out. Okay, so we've tried, and we've asked the people, please go to Mrs. Moore. Mrs. Moore would be more than willing to talk to you. But we've said this, Janice, almost every meeting. Same thing, same questions. I mean, to me, I just love seeing community here. I want community to come, and all of us want community to be here, but we can't stay on the same subject. We don't have any more answers. We don't have any more answers to give you, other than what we said. We're not hiding anything. We're very proud of it as a board. We support Dr. Jones and Mrs. Moore. The person who mentioned, I think it was Lisa, who said about the teachers. These teachers are doing double duty. I taught school. I know what it's like to have something like this thrown at you, but it's so wonderful. They don't feel like it's thrown at them. I mean, they have accepted it. They're working throughout the night on this. Okay, yes, they have one planning period a day that doesn't even begin to do it. Okay, instead of applauding our teachers, we are beating everybody to death on this IB thing. And I'm sorry, if you feel like we're shutting you off, come to the next one, get more yellow cards or whatever, but we have a whole agenda that we have to continue to address.
This is a very sparse agenda. And
trust
it
me,
goes,
we know
I
it's
have
not
sat in
sparse.
the position of the president of an organization, and it goes against every fiber of my being to limit discussion that is not discussion.
James,
So,
can I interrupt for a second?
that's-
I've been holding back. Prior to
Except for
this
kids.
board, how many
Except for
community
kids.
meetings were people allowed to speak at? For any length of time? Prior to this
Oh,
board?
we have the minutes posted on the.
I'm asking a question, just as we're continuing. How many times was a community meeting established where it allowed the community to come
Oh,
up and
yes, there were
talk?
many community meetings. Yes. That's what the minutes.
Yeah, but it's that last minute.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Patterson. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, go right ahead.
We were the ones that created community meetings, and they were totally committed to community discussion. We did not turn it into a work session. We did not neglect our duty to this public. There were many. If we had existing minutes, you could look it up.
Thank you,
What?
Mrs. Armstrong. And I believe this one lady has provided the talk. And I don't know your name. I knew all the others, but you're new to me.
My question is about, are you registering for the CMS? Right now.
Can't hear you.
I'm sorry, can you hear me now?
No,
Okay. My question is, you're saying that as of now, we're not going all the way to Munrow, Kinston, Lakeview. Okay. So, but you're giving us information from IB graduates from St. Edward Public Program. So, we already have GE.
second.
Yes. And the main goal has already a sophomore at.
That's
That is correct.
correct.
Right.
Post-secondary. Great growth. For the right students.
Right.
Not right for everyone.
Right.
That applies when the student is actually going on campus. Going to class with college students. And some students that works great, for others it doesn't.
But I'm not understanding why we already have a great character counts program. It's wonderful. Teaching kids what they need to know in a business. I don't understand, we have such a good school system, why are we trying to put this IB thing in that so many are not, they don't want?
Mrs. Betsy, I would know what I first stopped in, I'm shutting you off, okay? But I would love for you to, and I'm speaking for Indian Trail, but first of all, we have a training plan, you know, Mrs. Moore would love to answer all these questions.
Okay.
But if you would like to see it in action, I saw it in action down in Bexley, in Ohio, and I was won over within minutes of the differences, and I had taught those grade levels, and the way it was taught, okay? But it's above, it's out of the box, it's up above the level, and I would think that we would want our students in Stow to be able to go above this program.
But we really go above, but we also need to keep teaching our children, how many are not teaching them good things for reading, science?
Trust me, this program, but there again, Mrs. Betsy, please, if you can talk to Mrs. Moore about this, if you could maybe talk to Mr. Lacoste, and, oh, okay, I'm gonna say visit Indian Trail, see it in action. I mean, I know I also saw it up in Indian Trail, but oh, okay, well, Betsy, but you have that ability to do that, and that's what we're saying. Well, that's something, well, we're sorry about that, Mrs. Betsy, but we really,
You know, you say, you know, we can transfer the students, but there's a deadline, I think that.
Well, as a parent, it's your responsibility to know what that deadline is if you want to move your
Oh, but I
child.
did.
You have that all posted, and it's all out.
Yeah, the date
But
before.
and I know that, but a lot of people just know that as an option. After
Why wouldn't
time.
they not know it's an option? It's been an option for 4 years in this school district. If you can open it, open it, whatever.
Okay, so what was it after that?
Pardon?
Was that after that, say, anybody that wants to transfer their child to a different?
Yeah, don't you think there needs to be a cutoff date at some point so we can figure out how
Yeah, the
how many
date
teachers
after.
we need to have in each building? Don't you think that would make sense?
It would make sense if you guys would tell the parents.
okay, you know what, okay, we're done, that's it, let's go. Move on.
Mrs. Matthews, I'd like to take a minute to remind everybody that the board is required by law to conduct its business in front of the public. So the board does allow community discussion and they do accept your
Is
comments,
she the
but their requirement is to conduct their business in front of the public.